Vancouver was probably one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs, and we knew that. And we had really tailed off at the end, whether it was resting players or just losing focus. And we were hoping, that the rest would kick in.
It wasn't like you just put on the switch, okay, now it's a playoff. Game 1 at home, Vancouver. It's not that easy.
Shot score! Took a strange bounce, deflected past Hasek. With 6:01 left in overtime, the Canucks win it 4-3.
We weren't quite happy about the way we played, although we didn't play all that bad.
Why does one guy hit the post? Why does one guy hit a skate, tick off a guy's stick, and somebody else banks it 3-4 times off 4 guys in front and it goes in? Why does that happen? Well, it's hockey.
A chance at the point. His shot, score! More traffic in front and another Canucks goal!
And oh my goodness, is this crowd going to get down on Dominic Hasek?
Game 2 was very hard on the players because the fans freaked out. They were booing, they were saying shoot the puck, they were riding Hasek like they used to ride Chris Osgood. There were even a couple people who threw Hasek jerseys on the ice.
This one is over from Hockey Town. Vancouver's going to go back home up 2-0. What a story in this year's NHL playoffs.
I don't think anybody in the world would have thought we'd lose a second game, including ourselves. We go into Vancouver down 0-2. Those 2 games were the statement games for whether we were going to get this thing turned around or we were going to sink.
We knew we didn't play up to our ability in those first 2 games. We knew we had to play better, and we knew we could do that too. It was just a matter of getting everybody on the same page.
When we went to Vancouver, I think that's when we realized, hey, it's a wake-up call. And, we went out and had dinner, and Stevie, again, was unbelievable, talking to everybody.
My thought was, let's not fall apart here. We just stick with it. We're going to win going into Vancouver, but the key thing was just sticking together, and it's going to turn that all these kind of deflections and bounces are going to start going in for us and hopefully stop going in for them.
And the captain was determined to set the tone early in Game 3.
Now it goes in deep for Yzerman. Yzerman wrapped around, boom, cookie down, they score! A power play goal, and again it's Yzerman. Detroit has taken a 1-0 lead.
But the pesky Canucks would not back down. Todd Bertuzzi's second period goal whipped the home crowd into a frenzy. The Red Wings season was now hanging in the balance. Then, a stunning turn of events would give Detroit the upper hand.
Well, it came late in the second period, and we were tied, could have been tied 1-1 going into the third period.
Lidstrom carries to center. Launch from center ice! Here's the break the Red Wings need it!
All of a sudden, in Game 3, Nick scored from the red line and turned the whole series around.
And just with 24 seconds left in the period,
Oh my!
that is a huge break for the Red Wings.
You need breaks. That was ours.
Everything clicked. Dominic made an unbelievable save on Jovanovski there.
Morrison with a shot, save, rebound from Jovanovski, and Hasek with his save.
Dom came up huge on a penalty shot.
Here goes Bertuzzi, in on goal, big stop by Hasek.
The great feeling was that I felt support of my teammates, and they came to me, don't forget it, we're gonna win in Vancouver. Don't worry, we're gonna win this series.
The youthful Canucks still enjoyed a 2-1 series lead, but this mishap prior to Game 4 proved to be an omen, and number 19 cast his own formidable shadow.
Shanahan, Fedorov, Yzerman, up front of the goal, scores!
Yzerman now with 7 points in the series, and he's the all-time Red Wing playoff scorer, moving ahead of Mr. Hockey.
For me so far, he's certainly been our MVP. He's the one that made the biggest difference for our team.
The Red Wings have fought back to win 2 straight in Vancouver.
Steve Yzerman, the game-winning goal.
Yzerman had led his club out of a 2-game hole. All this despite a debilitating knee injury that would have sidelined mere mortals.
It's his love for the game that allows him to tolerate certain things that other players can't tolerate.
Steve, he's a great captain. What can I say? We knew he's not I don't want to say it's 80% or 70. I don't want to even talk about it.
There's one thing you can't defend against, and that is courage. Steve Yzerman just keeps laying it on the line every shift.
It didn't feel really good, but I'd already decided I'm going to play and see what happens and do what I can do on the ice.
Steve Yzerman continues to amaze. He's been the best player in the series.
He came to me a lot, basically outlined what he could do and what he couldn't do. And the more you watched him, the more you thought, well, I don't see a lot you can't do.
Every time you see video of him getting up off the ice, you're wincing with him. I mean, it looks like he's in pain, but when you see your captain sacrificing his body to block shots, take hits, and then on top of it, he's scoring goals and creating goals. I mean, as a player and a teammate, you can't help but just go out there and try and do everything you possibly can as well.
People come early to see games, just to see him go on the ice in the warm-up, see he can barely bend his knees, you know, and what Stevie's done in these playoffs is, you can write a book about it. I mean, it's amazing.
It was at times tough to see how much pain he's going through and not be able to skate the way you used to and the way you want to, but still keep going. And I think partially those kind of thoughts kept me even more wanted to do well and win and play hard as ever probably did.
Inspired, Fedorov took his play to an even higher level in Game 5.
Shanahan again, the shot. Stopped by Kluchik. Rebound. Scores! Fedorov let it go.
Sergei Fedorov has his dancing shoes on in this game.
Dandenong scores!
Vancouver's in a very deep hole here in Detroit.
Fedorov to the goal. Hall feeding it where he's going. Scores! Fedorov! A one-handed deflection. What a beautiful goal!
In a series, you know, that's why it's 7 games. You know, you can tell how you're grinding a team down. And that's kind of the way I felt, you know, for our team, that, you know, slowly but surely we were taking over.
Back in Vancouver, the Canucks had no answers for the streaking Wings, especially Brett Hull.
Brett Hull alone! Scores! Shot by Hull. To Hull. The shot scores!
That's in.
Moving into Shane Hull. Scores! Hat trick! Brett Hull!
And what does Mom Joanne think about that? Wow, absolutely right.
That's going to do it. The Detroit Red Wings with a 6-4 win here in Game 6, win the series 4 games to 2.
Detroit had survived an opening round scare, thanks in large part to the efforts of one man.
He's our leader, you know, and we saw him on the ice, how, you know, every shift in and out, and I mean, he was probably our biggest reason why we came back against Vancouver.